Title: Ashes of Avarice, a true and sad ending of a popular politician and businessman in Nigeria. If you love what we are doing, please support by following and subscribing to our channels on all social media platforms. Like, comments, and shares our post. Thank you for your support. In the heart of Lagos, Nigeria's bustling economic capital, there once lived a man whose name commanded reverence, Chief Chuka Ezenwa. At just 42, Chuka had built an empire from humble beginnings. Born in Enugu, he started as a small electronics trader in Alabama market. His sharp mind, smooth tongue, and willingness to take risks catapulted him into the ranks of billionaires. By 50, Chuka owned oil blocks in the Niger Delta, luxury estates in Banana Island, and sat on the board of multiple banks. He was the very image of success: sleek convoys, private jets, tailored agbadas, and an entourage of praise singers who never let him forget his own name. But behind the glittering walls of his wealth was a man hollowed out by greed. Chuka had it all, but he wanted more. He began meddling in government contracts, offering bribes to secure inflated deals. In 2022, during a national emergency caused by flooding in the north, Chuka won a 100 billion contract to provide emergency housing. He supplied substandard materials and pocketed most of the money. The houses collapsed within 6 months. No one could pin it on him, yet. Emboldened, he expanded into foreign exchange racketeering. Through fake companies and a few well-placed contacts in the central bank, he siphoned millions of dollars. Weakening the naira, people complained. Inflation soared, but in Banana Island, Chuka hosted wine-tasting parties with imported caviar. One rainy Sunday, Chuka attended a high-profile Thanksgiving service at a megachurch in Lekki. Midway through the sermon, the guest preacher, an old man from the east, paused and looked straight at him. "There is a man here, swimming in stolen wealth. The Lord says, if you do not restitute and turn away, what you have built will crumble like sand before the sea." Chuka chuckled under his breath. Another prophet of doom. He dropped a 10 million tithe that day and left in a convoy of black SUVs. In 2023, a new government was elected on an anti-corruption platform. One of Chuka's former allies in the Ministry of Finance turned whistleblower. Documents leaked, audio recordings surfaced. International banks froze his accounts. The EFCC swooped in. Properties were sealed. His private jet was grounded. Foreign assets were traced and confiscated. International partners distanced themselves. Lawsuits poured in. His Banana Island mansion was auctioned. Protesters outside held placards. "Return our stolen future." Friends who once toasted to his name vanished. Politicians who praised him on TV denied ever knowing him. By the end of 2024, Chuka was living in a modest flat in Surulere, surviving on bread and akara. His children withdrawn from foreign schools. His wife gone back to her father's house. One night, sitting on a plastic chair outside his compound, staring at the rusted remains of a generator he once would have crushed for being too noisy, Chuka sighed. A young boy selling recharge cards passed by and greeted him. "Good evening, sir." He nodded, then called the boy. "You know who I am." The boy squinted. "You look familiar." Chuka smiled bitterly. "I used to own this city." The boy nodded vaguely and walked off, uninterested. As the darkness closed in, Chuka whispered into the silence. "Greed is a fire. It doesn't stop when you're full. It stops when you're ash." Morals: in a land rich with promise, greed is a thief that steals even from the mighty. Let wealth serve the people, or it will bury you. Please note that the name used in this story is not the true name of the person, so as to hide his identity.